Hey, what's up, you guys? Thanks for joining. We just decided to go live while we were here at one of the locations that we were told to come to.
We are out here. We've already done check over a majority of them. The ones that are 68 and up, of course, I don't know if you guys are able to see the little man in the cart over there driving, but those are the ones that people cannot be close to. So they're basically trying to spread everybody out due to COVID. So it's like every other, and we've already checked those. Yeah, this, but you know what, babe? Let's check the other side of the lake, on that side where we usually dock the boat. Because on that side, there's like, usually it's where the people like to be solo by themselves all the time. Like not to be around a whole lot of people. So we're gonna go on the other side where
Alright, you guys, so me and my wife are out here at one of the lakes here in Bakersfield. We decided to come out to look because we were told to come and check the fire pits or the campsites and stuff like that. So
there would be
we're doing so.
Right there, guys.
Sorry we haven't been live in a while and we haven't been posting. There's just been too much going on. We had to kind of figure things out with the adults, which is sad, but true. So now that that's squared away, we're back. We will continue going live. We will not stop. So if anybody does not want to partake in our lives or
sorry, I wasn't reading comments. I'm like literally looking.
Be pictured in our lives.
See anything?
Then
please.
You know what you need to do.
Siren signs going across.
We won't be removing. We won't be deleting any more lives
so we could come
from this point forward.
Stop and get off and look as well.
So this is pretty much what one of the campsites look like.
In case I happen to have to turn and look to make sure she's not ready.
I mean, it's the park itself is pretty big, so.
If I was to show you guys how big this whole park is, you guys would be like, oh my God. It's almost like entering into California City. I mean, this one park here alone is humongous.
It goes past all them trees, like way past them trees.
Yeah, acres and acres to go. They just added a kids' fun park down the way that was not there during the summertime when we came back this way to come up towards the front, and it caught me by surprise. I'm like, wow, like they changed a lot. Now we have 5 docks when we only had 2 docks. So, and it's extending us from what we're being told.
Right here?
There is a water well being kind of like, it's not so big, but it's big. It's a mid-size size, but it's next to the water. One thing I don't have fear going into this water, because like I said, we're here in this water all the time anyway, so I'm not expecting anything that is going to snatch me up from underneath the water, like Lake Mead and Park and stuff like that. I will even get my feet into this water just to make sure like the kids are like pretty much not in that area.
We're thinking about bringing our boat out here to check the water. So yeah, like I was saying, we're planning on bringing the boat out here and the jet skis just to get the thought of them being out of the water, being in the water at our heads. So pretty much what we're trying to do is knock things out. Like someone said, check water. So we checked a lot of waters already. You know what I mean? My wife wants to come out here probably tomorrow, if not sometime during this weekend, and bring the boats and the jet skis out, so that way we could kind of get a look at what's under the water. We don't have to rent anything or borrow anything from anybody. We have our own boat. We have our own jet skis. We have our own quads. Everything we need to get this process on the road. But again, I want to tell you guys, I want to start by apologizing for not keeping you guys updated as we should. There was a lot of drama going on. My wife and I thought it was best that we take care of that first, and then proceed with our searches. So with that being said, we're gonna keep looking, guys. No matter where it is, no matter what state, city, town, country, we're going. We're coming. We did a little bit of this lake today. The only difference is this is our usual lake that we usually come on family time during the summer and ride our jet skis and boats. We usually dock here and everything. So we're familiar, very, very familiar with this lake. Since we were here, it's been a couple months due to the weather and stuff like that. But the last time we were here, it didn't look like this. They made a lot of changes and a lot of upgrades. There used to be 2 places where we could dock. There is now 5. I'm assuming with the pandemic going on, they have the campsites. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the campsites are split like every other spot or every other 2 spots is a campsite. So the spots that aren't being used, if it makes sense, are being covered with cement. And of course the spots that are being used, there's people there. So it wouldn't make no sense for the boys to be in the campsite spot and not be spotted. So, as we said in the beginning, it don't hurt to look, it don't hurt to try. So with that, we're gonna basically the campsite's done here. I don't feel the need to have to look at the campsite. The water, other parts of the park is different. We're gonna continue looking through those. It may not be tonight, but we will continue to look through this park until we feel like there's no need to look anymore. My wife's going around giving out flyers. Believe it or not, there's a few people that she came up to out here that hasn't even heard anything about the boys. Now, I don't know if it's because they've been here camping for a certain amount of time, but I'm sure they all have cell phones, and I'm sure somebody out here heard. But that's pretty much where we're at right now, you guys. At the lake here in Bakersfield, California. I'm not gonna say the name of the lake because there is a few people that we don't need over here bothering us. So until we leave from here, then we'll go ahead and announce what lake we're at. If you are from Bakersfield and you're familiar with this lake, I'm sure you know. But to save the drama and to keep us protected and keep us safe, we rather not say while we are here. So don't worry, by the end of the night, you guys will know where we were at. And if anybody that you guys know would like to know where we're at, then you guys could go ahead and share that with them. Excuse me, guys, I got the hiccups like crazy. as you guys can tell, I mean, this thing goes for days. 4 days. I mean, it goes past the furthest tree you guys can see out there, like way, way out there. So, but as I said, we're gonna exclude the campsite for now because it would make no sense for us to, I wouldn't say waste time, because the time we do put into it is not being wasted, it's all precious. But why continue looking there when it's constantly busy? There's constant people coming in and out, different trailers, people of all kind are right there. So I doubt very much that the boys could have been there or be deceased there, I should say. Because I doubt very much that any of these people here who had the possibility of finding them if they were here would just stand here and not say nothing. So look at little people. Little people travel so far. She way over there somewhere. But yeah, this is pretty much. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that right there is like the entrance to get in here. You do have to pay to get in, of course. It's $7 for the day, or whatever you guys, if you want to camp out or whatever, of course you pay those fees. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty easy to get in here, even if you don't want to pay. I mean, all you got to do is say, oh, I'm coming to pick something up, and never come back out. You know what I mean? It's not like they come look for you or take your license plate numbers or anything. So that's why we decided to come and check, because regardless of the fact, whether they had money, they didn't, whatever his situation was, this probably could have been a good place for anything to happen, really, except for the campsite part of it. But where you dock the boats or the jet skis or anything like that, I mean, this is nothing but space and opportunity, I should say. So as of right now, I'm grateful and I'm glad we haven't found nothing here. We will continue to look. We don't know how long we're going to be out here for tonight. As you can imagine, it's pretty cold, all this water. Hopefully we can get out, like I said, hopefully we'll get out sometime this weekend, if not sometime this week, to bring our boat and our jet skis out. We have a few devices on the boat. One's a fish finder. The other one finds different objects or metals in the water and stuff like that. So hopefully that could be some assistance. If not, that's okay too. We are going to leave a couple of flyers up there where the entrance is. I mean, because whoever comes in and whoever goes out has no choice but to look at the flyers entering and exiting. So hopefully that'll take us somewhere. So, I mean, with that being said, water-wise, we have the means to do it. We got boats, jet skis, everything we need to be in the water to look for these boys. Desert-wise, field-wise, we got 6 grandkids, 2 foster daughters, and a bunch of nieces and nephews. Every single one of us got dirt bikes and quads. So, I mean, it ain't nothing for us to go through the desert either. So we're going to continue on doing that. There's a few leads that we've gotten recently. I am not 100% sure, nor am I 50% sure that they are leads that could possibly lead to something. But like I said, it don't hurt to try. And me and my wife don't like to pass up anything, because you never know. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. So, the other night we were at one of the motels here in Bakersfield, California, because we had received a few messages from somebody who stated that she physically seen one of the boys. She wasn't specific on which boy it was. She did say that her and the child made eye contact with each other. She gave us the description of the two female African American women that the child was with. So with that being said, we went to the motel for a couple of days and we kept eyes on it. There wasn't too much activity from the people she said that we would see there. There wasn't too much, but with that being said, my wife ended up going to the management office and seeing if there was some information that she could possibly or they could possibly give us. With that being said, my wife was able to talk to a manager and, well, no, not a manager. She was able to talk to an employee who did mention seeing two African-American female ladies with a child around that age. The only difference is this employee could not tell if it was one of the boys or not because they were covered from head to toe. Meaning the only thing that was being shown were the eyes, which was a little odd and suspicious if you ask us, being in these circumstances that we're looking for two missing boys around that age range. However, the employee then told us to come back on another day to speak to the manager. We called, the manager wasn't in. We haven't been able to contact the manager since the past few days, but it's okay because we're not going to stop. We're going to keep trying, and if we got to go back and talk to a different employee, then we're going to do so. But we're going to get answers from that location either which way anybody looks at it. We did pass out flyers. We left them on whatever doors we could, and we handed them to whoever was standing outside. We gave them to people on bikes. I was telling my wife that out here in Bakersfield, California, we have a lot of less fortunate people, like homeless and stuff like that. But I come to the realization that the homeless people are the ones to keep their eyes open and ears open, and they know a lot and they see a lot. So I was telling her that I think it would be a great idea to leave a couple of flyers with a few of them around here in Bakersfield because, you know, they walk everywhere. You know what I mean? They're on buses, they walk, they hitchhike, they do everything they got to do to get where they got to go and get done what they have to do for the day. So I don't think it's a bad idea for us to do that, you know. And some of the homeless people we have talked to and gave flyers to, they're more than willing to help, you know what I mean? They couldn't offer much, and we understand. We didn't want them to offer anything, but they did offer to take the flyers. They did offer to keep their eyes open, and that's good enough, you know, because there's some people out here who don't even want to do that, but that's okay too. So my wife disappeared in the darkness. I have no idea where she went. So, we're trying, guys. We're trying the best we can, and I know there's a lot of other people out there trying. AV Steve. I'm not going to say Watchman for right now because it's a lot of funny stuff going on with that name. Not Steve himself, but the name Watchman, period. So, hats off to AV Steve. Hats off to Chris Charcot. Hats off to the Bio family who's been out there 10 toes down looking for the boys. You know, and there's a lot of people, and we do understand that there's a lot of people in different countries, cities, towns, states who want to help so bad, and the only thing they can do is share and share the flyers and do all that. Trust me, that's a lot. It's enough. It's a lot. Continue doing what you're doing. It's great. Everybody who is helping, whether you're watching the lives, whether you're commenting, however you say it, I'm sorry. Whether you're, whatever it is that you're doing, helpful to the case, it's very much appreciated from the bio family. It's very much appreciated from my wife and myself. I'm pretty sure it's very much appreciated from everybody else out here who has actually got their 10 toes down on the ground and who are really out here doing it to find these boys. So, that being said, yeah, Rochelle, the homeless people, they're more likely, you know what I mean? And they're my type of people. Like, I wish I could do more for them, honestly, you know what I mean? But I come to the realization also that most of them want to be out there. That's them, you know? And they wouldn't change it for the world, and I don't blame them, and I would never ask them to change it for the world, because what we can't see, being in a home and having a roof over our head, light and gas and all this other stuff, what we can't see, they do. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there's always eyes watching. Not everybody may talk, and most people won't, and that's okay. Because you're not able to, what is that, Rachel, Rochelle, Renee? I'm sorry, I don't know how to work these groups and stuff like that. Admins take care of all that. My wife takes care of that. So when she comes, hopefully when she comes back to the truck, I can get her to, okay, I see her little self. I see her. You see that little dot right there? Behind the tree. So, but yeah, like I was saying, these homeless people out here, man, they're God sent. They're here for a reason, and they don't understand, you know. But that's what we're out here for, to let them know that they are here for a reason, and they are useful, and just them walking around is very helpful. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to get more of them involved that way. Maybe they won't feel so helpless and stuff like that. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Let me see. I'm trying to think of something else that we haven't shared with you guys. As far as the chief releasing any new information on the AP, the adopted father and mother, there hasn't been no newly released information, which is okay too. I mean, they might have stuff that they aren't allowed to share with the public or the community and stuff like that, and that's okay, you know, because the truth will always come out. Whether it's today, tonight, tomorrow, the next day, it's gonna come out. So all we can do is hope for the best. Keep the prayers alive. Keep the boys alive. We can't let this fade away, you guys. Like, we really can't. I've seen a lot of people already throw their hands up, like, and again, that's okay, you know. So we're at the, you know what, the adopted parents, man, they've been all over the place, to be honest with you.
I don't know what it was, but over there, back there, it smelled death. I was gagging. I couldn't even breathe. I had throw up in my throat. But we definitely need to get back there tomorrow morning and look in the back. They have this blocked off right here, so we won't be able to even go back there. And these people right here are coming up to here.
Okay, so my wife came back from way back there. Let's see. Like, way back there.
Sanitizer. My nose is... I still have...
She came from back there, and she was saying that there was a very, very, very foul smell. As you guys can see, it's like dark out. That's probably the only light out of this side of the whole lake that we have, besides the ones that are hooked to the restroom. So the further you get out, the darker it gets. So with that being said, we're not going to leave this place alone. We will be back here tomorrow. We can't say what time because one of our family members is having a double birthday party for her son and her daughter. So they're 5 years and a day apart. The little girl's birthday is today and the boys is tomorrow. So we're going to go deal with that. And the second we become free or before we go there, either which way you look at it, guys, tomorrow we will be back over here. My wife said she found she smelled a foul smell. She doesn't know what it was. So with that being said, it's pretty dark tonight, as you guys can tell. We're going to come back tomorrow. We don't want to make no calls on this right now because it could be anything. We're at a lake. It could be a dead fish somebody threw. It could be a dead bird. It could be some kind of animal. That seems to be what we've been running into lately anyway. But it might not be. But dealing with law enforcement, you guys, I just dealt with them this past week about something in this case. And I had dealt with them about a month prior. Well, not a month, a few weeks prior to this last time I spoke to law enforcement, and they could really make you feel like shit. You know what I mean? And it's like I understand that they have to ask certain questions and they have to see if we're related to the bio family or if we're related to the APs in some way or another, but goddamn, if they asked the APs as many questions that they asked me for trying to give them this lead, they'd have had something by now. You know what I mean? I understand that that's something they got to do, but at the same time, they have to understand our frustration in being questioned on some information that we were trying to give them. I understand also that they're tired of going back and forth or going to certain leads and nothing being there, but at the same time, that's what they signed up for. You know what I mean? And I myself would hate to not want to deal with them. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, there's been people that we talked to that said that they had some kind of information. They weren't sure how 100 the information was or how faulty the information was. They dreaded so bad to speak to law enforcement on it because the way law enforcement comes at you, you know? And like I said, I understand it's their job, and I understand they're tired of getting these leads that are leading to nothing. But I mean, that's what they signed up for, like. So, I mean, hopefully it ends soon, you guys. You know what I mean? Because it's hectic. It's real hectic. Like, for one, it's a blessing to be able to walk this earth and to have the opportunity to be out here looking for these boys, you know? Because there's a lot of people that are wheelchair bound. There's a lot of people who don't have legs, who don't have arms. You know, there's a lot of people out there that I've seen looking at this case and wanting to help in so many ways, but there's something or another stopping them. And I try to explain to them that just by you even reading the newspaper about the story or turning on the news to...
that's pretty much right now.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, I can see your comments.
And I kept you guys updated as soon as we find something out.
So, there's not too much more going on here tonight, you guys. We will be back tomorrow, like I said. Hopefully, it'll be a great day to bring the boat and the jet skis out. If not, that's okay, because there's still a lot of space over here that we could cover on foot. So whichever comes first, whichever's easier, we're gonna get done first. But we will be doing both. Not gonna say if they're in the same day or not, but it will be done. I want to thank you guys all for joining. I want to apologize for the times that we haven't been on here going live or updating you guys. But you guys also got to understand too, we could only update as we receive updates. So if there's nothing going on for the day or no searches or anything, then there's nothing I could really post up you guys to go live about. But believe you me, if there is something that I can post, and excluding drama and everything else, then hey, we're more than willing to do so. We're more than willing to do so. So again, we decided to come out to the lake and follow up on a lead. We've gotten this lead I would say a while back, but a week or so back. We were just caught up in other leads. We like to do pretty much the first come first serve, but if they call talking or sounding like it could be a for sure thing, then we'll go ahead and bump that lead forward and then put the rest behind us for the time being. But we always go back if we have to. We don't like to, and we like to just keep going forward. We never like to go backwards, but it don't ever hurt to go backwards, you know what I mean? So that's where we're at, you guys. Like I said, from the chief, from law enforcement, from Bakersfield City PD, there hasn't been no new information about the APs, about the West family, nor no new information about the boys or the possibilities or anything. So just like you all, we're all waiting to see if there's anything else that comes out, because I mean, there's got to be something that they can tell us, and I know that there's a lot that they can't. So with that being said, let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope to God that something comes up soon. Whether it's new information, a legit lead, the boys, a boy, somebody who has the boys or whatever. I just wish that if somebody does have them and they do watch, I just wish that they wake up one morning and understand that the kids need to come back. No matter how long it's been, no matter what they've been through during this time, they need to come back. There is consequences behind whatever happened in this situation. There is consequences, but if the babies are alive, they can't be that bad. And if they're not alive, then that's something you guys are going to have to eat up and swallow. And if you're watching and you do have the kids, there's a lot of things you can do. You can take them to the fire department and walk away. You get a hold of one of our admins. You can get a hold of us. Find somebody you trust and talk to them. Let them know. Whatever it is, if you've seen the kids, don't hesitate to tell. Whether it was today, yesterday, 3 weeks from now, tell us. It won't hurt to go 3 weeks back and keep looking, you know what I mean? So that's what we're pretty much trying to get people to understand, is that it's never too late for whatever information you have. If you're the people that have the kid, you know what I mean, and you want to talk to somebody, look for us on Facebook, LV United We Stand. We're on YouTube. My wife, Selena Queer, me, Laura Vasquez. There's AV Steve, you know what I mean? These are all people that you can trust, you can talk to, that won't steer you wrong. Yes, we want justice for the boys, but at the same time, we want you guys comfortable enough, and we want you to know that it's not all about getting in trouble. It's not all about people wanting to hurt you or threatening you and stuff like that. It's about these boys needing to come back home. And however it takes to get them back home, the community, the world, the people who are watching, the news crews, the law enforcement, everybody's willing to get these boys back home however which way we can. So if you know anybody that has the boys, if you've seen them with somebody, don't hesitate to call. If you ain't comfortable enough talking to us on Facebook, if you're not comfortable enough with none of the YouTube streamers, if you're not comfortable with law enforcement, call the fire department. If you're not comfortable fire department, call an ambulance, call somebody. So there's always somebody out there willing to listen. There's always somebody out there that you can trust. And call the news station. You know what I mean? If worse comes to worse, There's times that I feel like, okay, I got these leads and stuff, but the way law enforcement has made me feel lately, I don't feel like I should talk to them. So it makes me want to pass the information on to my wife. But see, doing all that, a story can get mixed up. There's so much that can happen with doing so. So I just suck it up and I talk. You know what I mean? Like I told the officer the other day, he kept asking, what will make this person contact you? I told him, I said, you know what, sir, look, we've been on this case since day one. When I say me, I said there's a lot of live streamers. There's myself, my wife, AV Steve, there's Crenshaw Cole, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So we can't help who's comfortable enough to come in and talk to us or who's not. We can't help if someone decides to scroll through Facebook and it's like, oh, hey, I see these people going live. They seem like the people to talk to. I can't help that. But what I can help is the information I get, and I turn it over to you guys. Now, it's up to you guys from that point forward to either follow the lead or not. So at that point, we both understood where each other was coming from. He understood my frustration, and I understood his. You know what I mean? So without being mad at each other, and I'm talking about law enforcement, without being mad at each other, without me asking him, like, hey, brother, what's going on? Like, why are you questioning me like this? Did you question the adoptive parents like this? Why are you trying to make me feel like this, But I had to take 2 steps back and put myself in his shoes and understand there's been a lot said, there's been a lot done, there's been really nothing uncovered in the case, So they're really on pins and needles with whoever calls them and it's like, oh, I have this information, I have that information. Completely understandable. You know what I mean? Completely understandable. Because it's a headache for us too. You know what I'm saying? We get different private messages, friend requests and stuff like that. And at times me and my wife look at each other and it's like, no, we shouldn't accept friend requests on our private Facebooks and stuff like that, But at the same time, if we don't, that could be something that's really crucial to the case, So we try to accept, we try to follow, we try to invite, we try to go live, we try to record and then post. We try to do everything we can to let you guys in on everything, Even though you guys are on the phone and watching, we feel like you guys are standing side by side looking, because what we can't see, you guys see, and what you guys don't see, we see. You know what I'm saying? What you can't smell, we smell. What we can't smell, you guys. So, I mean, it all checks out. It all works. You know what I'm saying? So, they got a fire going on right there. It's pretty cool. Right up under a tree. But, yeah. That's pretty much where we're at, you guys. I wish we had more information. I wish there was a better, I wouldn't say a better lead, but I wish there was a more positive lead. I'm trying to make this case as positive as possible. Speaking on me and my wife, other live streamers or YouTubers, they're going to take this case however they want to take it. But for me and my wife, raising 2, they're her nieces, they're her blood nieces, her sister's kids. But us fostering them from birth till one being 10 and the other one being 7, I mean, my heart aches. My heart aches. My heart aches for the adopted family because they couldn't love these kids like they should have. My heart aches for the adopted family because there was other ways that they could have went around this and they didn't. My heart aches for this adopted family because there was family out there who probably could have helped them, and they chose to just let them do whatever they wanted to do. So in so many different ways, this case is like bittersweet. You know what I mean? It's good to know that there was people out there that were willing to take in those 2 boys, but did they really have to be monsters? You know what I mean? Whether they murdered the kids or they didn't, I'm not going to say that the kids are not alive, and I'm not going to say that the kids are deceased. But what I can say is that, and we all can say, is something is definitely wrong here. It's been over 50-something days now, and not one time since the day Trezell West claimed that he went and looked for the boys, have anybody in that family has even came out to even help, look, or anything. You know, and it hurts. Like, it hurts. You know what I mean? The girls, the foster kids we have, they're my wife's biological blood nieces. Okay? They're no relation to me by blood. But since I laid eyes on them, since I knew that they had nobody but us, since I knew that they were born and put on this earth for a reason, somebody had to put their foot down and step in and help take care of them. And me and my wife were blessed enough to be the ones to be able to do that. And I'm so grateful for it. I thank God. I'm thankful that I was a foster child myself, because now I could put myself in all these other foster child shoes and understand where they're coming from. Because a lot of people don't understand. When they tell you, when a foster child is trying to tell you their story and you sit there and say, I understand, but you've never been a foster child, don't do it. Because you don't understand. You don't. My foster grandmother, I try to speak about her as much as I can. She passed away in August of 2019. Man, I'm so grateful for her. You know what I mean? And without her, I don't know where me or my two other brothers would be. Because of her, I done learned a lot about the foster system. I done learned about the court system. I done learned about it all. And I done learned as a foster child, you really can't just talk to anybody, you know? Because the trust that you were born to have was ripped away when they took them from their biological mother. Okay? The little hopes that they had to going somewhere comfortable and somewhere they were going to enjoy and be able to be kids and little boys and play and grow and stuff like that, totally failed them. I was blessed enough to move forward. I was blessed enough to turn 33 years old with not a problem in sight. I was blessed enough to be emancipated in 2005 when I turned 18 years old on July 26th. When I first entered the foster system, I thought my life was over. As a kid, looking at a kid in the foster system, you don't think of the things that go through their mind. You know what I mean? But me, as a foster child, I can tell you what went through mine. Where's my family? Where's my mom and dad? Where's, you know, why am I living with these people that are this color and I'm this color, and everybody's calling them mom and grandma and we're calling them foster mom or something like that, you know? And it's difficult. It's not easy for a child. It's embarrassing. You know, they know nothing but embarrassment. Like,
that's what I'm doing right now. You knocked down that whole gate over there.
I don't know, you guys. Like,
I'm taking myself out. That gate's up for a reason.
I don't know. If I could find these boys and take them in myself, you guys, guess what?
My wife's filming right now.
I'll never let these boys hurt again in life.
She's filming it right now. She's live.
Their boat almost fell off the thing. You see how the boat's leaning sideways? It almost fell off the trailer. yeah, guys, but I'm just hoping for the best out of this case. Like, I'm just hoping the kids are alive. I'm hoping that they're healthy. I'm hoping, I shouldn't just speak for myself on this one. I hope everybody's hoping this, you know. I hope they have the most beautiful smile on their face when they are found. I hope they are reunited with their biological mom. I hope she has another chance at life with her babies. Give her a chance, you know what I mean? Everybody makes mistakes, you know? But I feel deep down in my heart, whatever mistake it was that she made, wasn't a reason for her kids to be taken. So I understand the safety of children. Like I said, what got me in the foster system in the first place was me and my brother being born under the influence with drugs in our system. My brother was actually born dead. They had to work on and revive him for a long time before he responded to anything. Of course, my mom was then incarcerated from our birth till, you know, whenever justice decided to serve her or whatever, you know what I mean? They gave her a chance. Okay, so let me break it down. I was born. Drugs in my system. She went to jail. Got out. Got pregnant with my brother. Had drugs in the system. She went to jail. This is going to tell you how corrupt the system is. They took me straight from the hospital to Jameson Center. But then when she gets released from jail, they release me to her. My foster grandma, which is my half-brother's blood grandma, spoke with CPS and tried to explain to them the situation and stuff like that, and they just didn't seem to understand that there was children in danger, not just one, not just two, but three. So it was hands up at that point. Like, really, nobody cared. There was nothing nobody could do about it, pretty much, you know. So with that being said, my brother then came along. Once again, he got two. He remained in the hospital when, at the same time, she was being arrested and incarcerated.
While we're waiting, did you notice they took out the drain over there?
Did they?
Uh-huh.
So, with that being said, she got incarcerated. She got out. Once again, they gave me and my brother back to her. Never once took my older brother. Okay? They never once took him. Even though we were born on drugs and got taken to CPS, they never went back for my brother. My older brother. Okay? So with that being said,
I got a few flyers.
we were going through that. They gave us back to her, as I mentioned. She, at that point, my biological mother lived across the street from my half-brother's family, if that makes sense. One day, my grandma went over there, my foster grandmother went over there, which is my half-brother's biological grandma, went over there to go check on the household, because my biological mother would usually walk me and my two brothers across the street to go visit my grandma, or leave us there for the day, because however, we cried too much for her and whatever other excuse she had for being a parent. So with that being said, my grandma didn't see us for a couple of days. She didn't see my biological mom. She didn't see my brother. She didn't see my little brother. She didn't see me. At that point, it worried her. She started calling around to the hospitals, looking for Jane Doe, asking for her by her real name and stuff like that, and she wasn't getting no information. There was nobody in there by those names, what have you. The only place they left her to be was either at a drug house or in the jail. So at that point, my foster grandmother then called the jail and was then told that my biological mom, has been in jail for the past couple of days. So every day that she was in jail, which from my understanding was 3 days. It was a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday that she was in jail. So those 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, my brother, who was probably 7 at the time, me, I was probably 4, and then, of course, my little brother. We're all left there alone. There was no food in the house. There was nothing. In fact, what got her put in jail that day was she went out to go steal some food so we can have something to eat. You know, she's had help. Even though we weren't my brother's father's kids, we were accepted and had help from that whole family. The whole family. They offered my biological mother to live with them. They offered her food. They offered her everything that she needed to raise 3 kids. And she just turned it all down. Okay? So with that being said, my grandmother took us out of the home because, of course, biological mom was still in jail. My grandmother removed us from the home. She thought it was best that she'd call law enforcement and explain to them the situation. Law enforcement didn't feel like it was important enough for them to come out or even do anything about it. So therefore, we were able to stay there with her. Okay? A week goes by, 2 weeks. And mind you, this is not everything from the top of my head. I got paperwork that's black and white behind all this has been recorded through the courts, through police departments and sheriff's departments, okay? So then this is not something I'm pulling out my ass. This is real life shit. This is why I am who I am today. I'm not the greatest person. I'm probably doing worse than some, but I'm doing a lot better than most. So, back to what I was saying. My grandma made whatever call she had to. Jameson Center, CPS, everybody. Nobody felt like there was an urge to do anything about it. Because we were with somebody, they knew us, they had food, light, gas, everything that a child needs. They decided to go ahead and leave us with her. 2 weeks go by, you guys. And there's a loud, aggressive knock at the door. And, you know, us being kids, me and my little brother grab each other's hand. We would go hauling ass to the window just to see who was out there. And we look, and it's a man in a highly decorated uniform, law enforcement officer. Not just Bakersfield police, not just Kern County Sheriff's Office. I'm talking about a goddamn federal agent, okay? With a CPS worker, with another worker from Jameson Center, intake workers, whatever they're called, okay? Aggressively knocking at my grandma's door like she did something wrong, okay? At that point, me and my little brother panic. My older brother grabs us, moves us to another room. We can hear the officer asking my grandmother, where are they? From what I can remember, me and my brother looked at each other and just squeezed each other tight as we could. I mean, we damn near crushed our souls together, okay? That's how scary it was. Where are we going now? You know what I mean? At 5 and 4 years old, 6 years old, 7, that's a lot to be running through your mind, you know what I mean? But believe it or not, age ain't shit when it comes to something you're going through. You know what I mean? We can't, as children at that time, we couldn't help nothing that was going on. You know, we didn't even have the mentality to know that something was wrong here. You know, so we couldn't argue, we couldn't fight, we couldn't fuss. We cried. We cried for days and days and days and days and days until we were comfortable enough with what we knew what was going on. You know what I mean?
I was able to talk to Sean Lavacho. Mm-hmm. He's not working right now, he says, but he's definitely gonna. I pretty much showed him where it was at and stuff. I told him we're gonna go home and grab some stuff and then head back up here. But he said that he could look at the cameras for us from the 1st of December till that day that apparently the kids came up missing, to see if they've came through, or because it gets face cameras, the face footage, and then the license plates of the vehicles as we enter.
Alright, guys, so I don't know if you guys heard my wife in the background, but she spoke to an employee here at one of the locations we're at, and he's not working right now at this moment, so he did make her aware that if she came back on another day that he was working, that it's possible that he could get video footage from December 1st up until the 21st of December. So hopefully he comes through with that. You know, that'd be much of assistance rather than us just assuming or taking leads that they're out here and coming out here and looking, when we could actually look at video footage to see if there's a point in being out here. You know what I mean? So with that being said, and I'll go ahead and finish my story about us later on another note, but I just wanted you guys to understand that no matter how old you are, thoughts run through your mind. You know, you want to know why am I in this situation? Why am I here? Why am I not with my family? Why? You know what I mean? So I know it's 1,000,001 things going through them babies' minds right now, and it just sucks to sit here and know that there's nothing nobody could do about it until we actually find him. So we're gonna call it a night here for tonight. There's not too much we could go on right now. I mean, as you guys can see, it's pitch black out there, like, and I'm scared of the dark. They almost dropped their boat, huh?
Well, they're putting a big old boat on a half of it's like a 5x10
wow.
flatbed. And that boat is, I want to say, about 21.
That shit looks like it's about 24 feet or something like that. But excuse me, sorry guys. We're gonna go ahead and end it here at this location for tonight. As I was saying, there's really not much to go through right now. My wife was able to speak to an employee here at this location, and he did explain to her that he was not working right now at this moment. So there was pretty much nothing he could do tonight.
But I did make him aware that an officer is coming out to be back there in that side right now.
Okay. Oh, so you called somebody out? Okay, so apparently when I told you guys earlier, my wife had came back and said that she had smelled a foul smell out towards the other side of this lake. She did report to law enforcement, and law enforcement should be reporting here shortly. I don't think we're going to be able to stay out here that long because they don't tend to arrive when needed, you know. They'll fuck around, come tomorrow morning. So with that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and end this here for now.
He has my number, so he's going to call
my wife did leave her contact information with an employee here. So therefore, when law enforcement does come and if they do need to speak to her or whatnot, they have her contact information too. Again, thank you guys for joining. We apologize for the past few days that we haven't been able to go live or post anything. Like I said, there's a lot of drama going on. Me and my wife don't want drama. We're not here for drama. All we want to do is find the boys, or help in every which way we can to find the boys. Whether it's bringing our boats out, bringing our quads, our dirt bikes, whatever we have, we're willing to use it. You know what I mean? Whatever manpower we got, whatever vehicles, I mean, as much as you guys can share. We're doing the same thing. The same time we got our 10 toes down, we're sharing our posts, we're passing out flyers, we're doing everything we can. You know what I mean? And there's only so much we can do. So with that being said, there's some people that like to take flyers, there's some people that don't like. With the pandemic going on, you never know what you're going to run into, who wants to talk and who don't. So as I said before, we're doing the best I can. We appreciate you guys for everything, for watching, for giving us hearts, commenting, liking, going to our YouTube channel, spreading the word about our group. Everything, you guys. I mean, it's all amazing. I'm glad we could all work together like this. Even though we're not all together in one spot, we're doing the damn thing. I'm telling you. We will get answers, and justice gonna come. Justice will come. God bless you all. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Thank God for this beautiful day. And again, God bless you guys. You have a wonderful night.